This is no longer just a crackdown. This may be something far more sinister here. Iran's streets have seen violence before: batons, bullets, arrests. But now, a far darker allegation is surfacing here: toxic chemicals. You're watching TimesXP. It's me, Thritiya3, and here's what is being alleged. A former British lawmaker has dropped a bombshell. Bill Ramel. He says that he has reviewed a credible report suggesting that Iranian authorities may be using toxic chemical substances during the deadliest protest crackdown in Iran's modern history. Not crowd control gas, not smoke, something far more dangerous. In fact, the claim is chilling here. According to him, protesters exposed to these substances, they did not just collapse on the street. They were injured, then they were sent home, and then they died days later. That detail matters because delayed death points to chemical exposure is not conventional weapon. And wait, where does this information come from? He says the report came from Iranian Kurdish sources that he describes as credible. He is careful with his words here. He admits the claims are not yet independently verified, but he also is saying this. Let me quote it for you. If true, then this would be an extraordinary escalation, an act that crosses a line even authoritarian regime rarely cross, using chemical agents against their own people. And then a video came. Yes, on January 8th, a new footage began circulating. Location: Sub-Zever, East Iran. A scene: protest confrontation. But something felt really odd and really different. What the camera captured? It raised alarms. Security forces were not in riot gear. They were wearing hazmat suits, masks designed for hazardous chemical material here. Not any standard police equipment, not crowd control attire. The vehicles were even more disturbing here. Sand-colored units rolled into the street, marked with a yellow triangular warning sign, a symbol that is universally used to indicate dangerous substances. Not symbolic, not decorative here. Basically, it was a warning, and this is why the world is now paying the attention here. Governments use force, dictators crush the dissent, but chemical changes the whole equation because chemical weapons do not just disperse the crowd. They linger, they poison, they kill these silent people here. Iran has not, though, confirmed the claims here. There is no official admission. There is no transparent explanation here, and that silence is fueling the suspicion because if really nothing happened, then why these suits? Why the warning signs? Why the delayed death? What this means, if this is true, let me tell you that. This would mark a terrifying shift from repression to chemical warfare against their own people, a tactic banned in the war and unthinkable against a nation's own people. So here's a big question, ladies and gentlemen. Was this a desperate act to crush the dissent at any cost, or a calculated experiment to test the limit of the silence? Until answers come, the truth is clear. Iran's protests are no longer just about freedom. They're about survival. And the world is watching closely.